Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So today I am going to be recording some preterite notes for you. Originally, in an ideal world, we wouldn't have had a snow storm. I guess it wasn't even really a storm, a slight dusting. So I intended to give you these notes in class. If you are in the red group, you're still going to get these notes in class. But for my blue group kids, here are the notes that you need to take in order to complete the second assignment for the week, the preterite assignment. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to write down the notes. If I'm writing it down, it's important enough for you to write it down. Hold on one second. Okay. Lo and behold, I have to change something, sorry. Okay, let's get my screen shared, and then we will be good. Okay, so the preterite is going to be synonymous with the past tense. So like in English, there are many different forms of the past tense. There's the preterite, there's the past progressive, there's the imperfect, the pluscuamperfecto, ooh la la. So there are lots of different forms, but the preterite is the most basic form of the past tense. So the preterite is used specifically for completed past actions. So an example of this would be if I said, I brushed my teeth this morning. So brushed is a completed past action because I've already done it. I'm not still brushing my teeth. It's finished. So there are going to be 3 steps to conjugate into the preterite. Okay, so step 1, you are going to drop the ending, the infinitive ending. So that's going to be your AR, ER, or IR. Step 2, you're going to find your sentence's subject. And then step 3, you are going to add your new ending. So these steps should look incredibly familiar. You've seen these 3 a bunch throughout your Spanish career. So Spanish 1, we use the present tense, and the present tense has these same 3 steps. So the only difference is going to be the set of endings that we use. So I'm going to erase up here, and that's where I'm going to write our new endings. So we are going to have a set of endings for AR verbs. And then we're also going to have a single set for ER and IR verbs. They're going to share. How wonderful. So our AR endings We have aste, o, amos, asteis, aron. ER and IR endings are very similar, slightly different. So we have iste, io, imos, isteis, ieron. So make sure you have those endings written down. I'm going to erase our rules, but you should still have them written in your notes. And I'm going to put some examples down here. So let's imagine I want to say I danced last night. In Spanish. Okay. So we're going to take the verb bailar, which is an AR verb. We're going to fill in the blank. So because our subject is yo, the ending we are going to pick is an accented E. So yo bailé anoche. I danced last night. Okay. Let's do another example. What if I want to say, y'all in Spain ate at 7:30. So the verb to eat is comer, which ends in an ER. So we know we have to use one of these endings. And y'all in Spain, our subject, it's going to be vosotros. Okay, so we drop the ER and we replace it with estáis. So vosotros comisteis a las 7:30. Y'all ate at 7:30. Very good. So this section, it's pretty simple, but there are some irregulars. And you should be familiar with these by the end of this. So I'm going to erase and we are going to take notes on the irregulars. Sadly, they're going to rear their ugly little heads. I can't help that they exist. So our irregulars. Two that are identical. So the verb ir, which is to go, and the verb ser, which is to be, they're actually going to share a set of endings, which is good and convenient. So we have fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fuisteis, fueron. Okay. And then we have a set of irregulars. We are going to have 12 that are a bit strange. So once you get this little chart written down, well, I guess before we do that, you should just know, like, I say, yo fui al parque. We have to use context. So this does not mean like I was the park, means I went to the park. So it's a form of ir. Now, what if I say, yo fui yo fui inteligente. So it's not like I went intelligent, I was intelligent, even though technically that would need to be the imperfect tense. So what we're going to do now, this is where it gets a little funky with our irregulars. So I am going to write down the infinitives that we need. So tener is to have, venir is to come, decir is to say, poder is to be able to, saber is to know, estar is to be, querer is to want, hacer is to do, traer is to bring, conducir is to drive, and traducir is to translate. So the weird thing about these, in the past tense, they have irregular forms. So think of it like a stem change almost. So you're going to have tuv, and then you're going to put the ending. Venir is going to be vin, then the ending. Decir will be dich, and then the ending. Poder will be pud, and the ending. Saber will be soup. Estar will be estuve. Querer will be quis. Hacer will be is. And the ending traer, traja. conducir, condujo. And traducir will be tradu. Then there's another one. I'll put it up here. Poner. Forgot. Okay. So all of these, see if I can zoom out a little bit. All of these are going to share a set of endings. No, this is so fun, so fun. So the endings for the irregulars are e, iste, o, imos, estéis, and then ieron. So if I want to say tener in the yo form, I would take tuv, and I would add the e. So tuve would be that in the yo form. If I wanted to say querer in the tu form, I would add iste to the end of quis. So quisiste is how I would say you wanted. If I wanted to take decir and make it él, ella, usted, I would take the ending o and add it to the end of di. So he said would be él dijo. And then if I wanted to take saber, which is to know, and say we knew, I would add the nosotros ending to the end. Okay. So that just about covers it. What I'm going to do really quick, let me just share my screen for just a minute. I'm struggling today, guys. Why isn't the Zoom getting big? Okay, well, anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here, Preterite part 1. I'm going to download this just a second. And I'm going to do some examples on the screen from your work for this week. Sorry, my computer's being a little silly right now. Guess it like needs an update or something because it's being temperamental. Okay. So hopefully you should be able to see your assignment for the week. I'm going to go through and do a couple of examples from each of these sections. So section 1 wants you to write out the 6 different forms of each verb in the preterite. So escribir is an IR verb. So the yo form is escribí. And then we'll write the to form, escribiste. And we have escribió. Escribimos. Escribisteis. Escribieron. So you see, I just like wrote out the chart. Next, descansar is an AR verb, so it will be descansé, descansaste, descansó, descansamos, descansasteis. That one sounds weird. Then descansaron. Okay, so you see that's each of the 6 forms. Section 2, complete the sentences below with the correct preterite conjugation. We'll do 5 of these. So the first one, we're going to take escuchar. And our subject is ellas. So we drop the AR. And then we pick the ending for our subject, which is aron. So your answer is escucharon. Number 2, subject is to, the verb is enseñar. So our answer will be enseñaste. So this will be you taught 3 French classes. You taught 3 French classes. Next, we're going to conjugate asistir for yo. And then we are going to take the IR ending. So it'll be yo asistí. I attended the game. Number 4, el niño, or the boy. El niño abrió la puerta. The boy opened the door. And then we're going to conjugate llamar, which is an AR verb, for to. Tú llamaste al señor Donaldson. You called for Mr. Donaldson. Okay. And then down here at the bottom, it says write 10 sentences using the preterite as well as their translations. So we're going to do 3 sentences. And I don't want these to be crazy complex sentences. If you put really complex sentences that use different verb tenses, you're going to lose points. I don't want you to Google Translate something. I want you to actually use, your brain. I want you to use words that you know. So some words that we know, I want to write a sentence with comer. I want to write a sentence with hablar, and then I want to write a sentence with say dibujar. So the first one, comer, which is to eat. What if I said, we ate in the cafeteria? Okay. So that is the nosotros form. So I'm going to take the ER off and put imos. So nosotros comimos en la cafetería. We ate in the cafeteria. The next one. What if I wanted to say, Mary talked to her mom. Mary talked to her mom. So I'm going to change hablar. I'm going to drop the AR and change the ending to fit Mary. So I look at my chart, it would be accented O. Mary habló a su madre, or Mary habló con su mamá. And then the last sentence, I want to say I drew in art class. Okay. So if I look at my notes, the AR ending for yo is an accented E. Yo dibujé en la clase de arte. Very good. So feel free to use these examples, free answers. I hope that really helps. Please message me on Remind or email me if you have any questions at all. I'd love to help.